So it's not great, especially since we know that the marshals are going to be there staking it out and that the cartel might actually be there too. So Wendy pulls up in her BMW to get the heroin. The marshals are in the van with Boyd. They see it. They wonder what the hell's going on. Why is Wendy here? And it's because, Daryl's too smart to show up. She gets into the barn, looks at the refrigerator, changes her mind. Her spidey sense goes off, and she leaves. And when she leaves, she turns around and walks out. And when she's walking out, the marshals are walking up to get her. This happens again later in this episode. And they grab and arrest her, and they say, "Hey, you know what? We're taking you into custody for this attempt crime." And they say to Boyd, "Hey, we got a problem. We still need to get Daryl with his hands on this heroin. How are we going to do that?" And so they tell Boyd, "You're going to wear a wire, and you're going to call him and tell him you want to deliver him the heroin." And so Boyd calls Daryl and says, "Hey, you want to meet with me? You can meet with me. It's going to be the last time, and you're going to go, and you and your whole family are going to go." And how does he phrase it? He says something to the effect of, "You're going to make your fortune in another man's swamp," or something like that. Which, is absolutely.
I think it was basically telling him to move on.
Yeah, tell him to get the hell out of town. You're going to meet with me one more time. We're gonna hash this out, and then you're going to get the hell out of town. And that's actually where our Kentucky Fried Wisdom moment of the week comes in, thanks to Tim, because when Boyd calls Daryl from the marshal's van, Rachel says, "That is a silver tongue," after she hears Boyd talking on the phone. And Tim says, "I know I got a boner."
Hey,
and
boy,
that.
I say you cover about as much as a flapper skirt in a high wind. I say pay attention, boy. But look at me when I'm talking to you, son. Look, sister, is any of this filtering through that little blue bonnet of yours? Pay attention, son. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
That is our Kentucky Fried Wisdom moment of the week. There were a couple other nominees this week when he said that he saw the movie American Hustle. They referenced that at the beginning of the episode. Somebody put metal in the science oven thing, and he says, "I just saw that movie." And they ask, "Oh, what'd you think?" And he says, "It needs more Jason Statham."
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
And Raylan says, "What doesn't?" And you know what? They're not wrong.
They're not wrong. They're not wrong.
So, and then of course, "You're a Little Touched, Ain't You, Child?" It was on that list as well. So.
That's right.
But so basically Boyd and Daryl now need to meet at Audrey's and do the exchange on the heroin and the final items to get Daryl out of Boyd's life and Boyd out of Daryl's life forever. Meanwhile, at Audrey's, though, we've got Dewey. So Dewey had, problems with his gremlin. He had to steal some gas. The lady, we talked about the lady with the shotgun, and then he gets to Audrey's, and he's going there to pick up his personal belongings before he leaves town for good. And he goes to the girls that worked for him, and the ones he gave his turtle dog and his gator teeth to. And he says, "Hey, I'd like to get those back because I'm leaving. And by the way, you guys ratted me out to the Federals, so I don't really like you very much anymore." and they're like, "Oh, I gave that away. I don't know where that turtle dog is." And so there's this moment where he tells them, "Hey, when somebody gives you something that's special to them, the anus is on you to take care of it." And that is our word of the week.
You use your tongue prettier than a $20 whore.
Not the word anus, but the word onus, which is what Dewey was actually trying to say. Onus is a noun. It's used to refer to something that is one's duty or responsibility. So the onus is on you when somebody gives you and trusts you with something that's valuable to them, that's important to them. The onus is on you to protect it. And I always remember, the way I always remember onus is I always think about it, it's onus on us. The onus is on us. On us, the responsibility is on us. And that's what onus always, in my head, that's what it always translated to. So,
yeah.
But that's our word of the week. Niggle with management styles was on our list for our other word of the week. That was win in the first part of the episode, where he said, I don't want to niggle about management styles. And, you can use that word. You can use quibble. They're essentially interchangeable. It's a noun, a trifling complaint, dispute, or criticism. It's a meaningless thing to contest. So he didn't contest it, but he's also not wrong.
Yeah.
that the cartel management style is not one that motivates employees. So anyway, Dewey's there trying to get his gator teeth and his turtle dog back, and a guy comes out of the bathroom at the trailer where he's talking to the girls. The guy comes out of the bathroom wearing his gator teeth, and so he asks for him back, and the guy refuses, and he beats him senseless. Which just goes to remind you, right before some really serious shit happens, it goes to remind you that despite the fact that Dewey Crowe is a punchline in Justified, he's comic relief in Justified, he is also an incredibly dangerous and violent white supremacist.
Yeah.
So let's not forget that.
I think that the anger that he exhibited, I mean, it was like a little overboard as far as like knocking or, putting that guy down.
Yeah.
Because I think it was like part of the white supremacist in him too.
Oh, I'm sure it was. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's, it's like first it starts out about the teeth, and then it's like, I can't believe this guy stole my teeth. Right.
Yeah. Well, that, and then the whole thing about,
and the women too.
And the women too.
Yeah.
And he probably left a massive deuce in that bathroom.
Oh, I'm
right?
sure. Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. There's nowhere to hide when you deuce in a trailer, man.
No, not in a trailer like that.
that deuce is going to live with you for a while. I hope you wanted a roommate, because you have one. So I wanted to say, listening to Boyd earlier talk and tell his story, I loved the moments with Tim where he was playing defense, where it's like a short funny story.
Yeah, that's right.
I do love whenever Boyd and Tim interact. It's always really, really punchy, and it's fun. And Boyd can't figure out quite what to make of Tim, which is even better from my perspective. I would listen to an audiobook read by Boyd Crowder with Tim playing defense. I think that would be awesome. So give me what I want, world. Let's get that together. Figure out how to get Boyd Crowder reading books for me. So
you can do AI, program the AI to do it.
Oh, you totally can do that. I have been so we haven't done that yet, but I've been thinking about feeding our podcasts into the AI and then making either me or you say stuff.
Oh yeah,
because you can totally do that now. We definitely have. I mean, over the 100 hours of content we've created over the last 3 years, there is more than enough for them to replicate our voices almost identically. So it's terrifying.
That'd be pretty interesting. Yeah. Have you seen the AI? There's like this, I guess Kanye West, he's like, they have him doing covers of different songs that he never sang.
Yeah.
And it sounds really like, some of them sound pretty good actually.
Well, speaking of Ninjas in Paris, they did one with Tupac and Biggie doing that song. Yeah. Instead of Jay-Z and Kanye. The Tupac voice wasn't particularly good, but it was a very interesting sort of, whoa, in an alternate reality, this could have happened. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So check that out if you get a chance. Look for the Tupac and Biggie do Ninjas in Paris. So so he takes the teeth back, says he's leaving Kentucky. Dewey sees, though, on his way out, he sees Boyd walking into Audrey's with a bag. He correctly assumes that bag is heroin, and doesn't realize that the marshals have set up this little sting operation to snare Daryl, and inadvertently makes himself a part of the investigation. And when he busts into into Audrey's, guns drawn, we have a little clip of that, and he really screws up his life.
There he is. I appreciate you coming here. Home turf and all.
Well, it's a small concession to make. To fire an employee I never should have hired in the first place. I take it you agree to my term.
Hell yeah.
Well, I can't imagine the decision was too difficult. Kentucky ain't been too kind to you and your kin.
You know, you and me got along good, right? Ain't got to end it like this all tense and shit. In Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah. Took care of business. Let's have a drink, man. Toast our goodbye.
Well, I only drink with people that I like or I pretend to like, but I will indulge in one of these cigarettes.
Shit, I didn't even know you smoked.
Well, there's a lot of things you don't know about me, Darryl Crowe Jr., and you never will.
Ah, smooth ass boy.
Got that good Elmer's tea for you. Well, I'd say I'm sorry to hear about
Shit, we got a bogey.
Your nephew, on the other hand.
All right, you sons of bitches, hands where I can see 'em.
Whoa, Dewey!
Hey,
Now!
You want to make the smartest decision you've ever made in your life. You will retrace your steps, presto subito.
Get up, Boyd. Darryl, you touch that gun on the table, it'll be the last thing you do. Boyd, open the bag.
Dewey, listen to me. Leave right now.
The bag! Open it! Or you don't think I'll shoot? I will shoot, the way I shot Wade Messer. I killed his ass good, man. 2 shots. Me, Dewey Crowe.
God damn it.
shit, Dewey.
Open it!
Huh. What the shit, Dewey?
Yeah, that's my heroin, my future, my dream.
Come on, Dewey, we family. You ain't got to do all this.
Put the gun in the bag, Darryl.
Cousin Dewey, man.
Cousin my ass. How you like me now, huh? How you like me now?
They had to have been laughing when they filmed that scene.
Oh, yeah.
Like multiple times they had to take that scene because it's just him confessing to every crime on tape in the level of specificity that he does. That's my heroin. That's just like I did with Wade Messer. Shot him twice in the head. Pop, pop. It's just so wonderful. It's like it couldn't have been set up better. And Boyd trying to be a good guy and like, dude, don't do this, because he's the only one who knows that this is all on tape. So Dewey just admitted to murder and heroin trafficking with the marshals in the parking lot, and when he leaves Audrey's with the guns and the drugs, he's arrested by the marshals. They're there waiting for him and take him into custody.
He's like, a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, whatever it is.
The Wade Messer thing. I said that as a joke. Oh, yeah. And Raylan says, oh, yeah, you should stick with that answer. you should go with that strategy. And, they put him in the car, and Dewey's like, any final words for Dewey Crowe, Raylan? And he says, stop talking about yourself in the third person. And Dewey, of course, doesn't know what that means.
Well, I think he looks at the driver. Or
he does.
Like that, right?
He goes, "What you mean, this guy?"
Yeah.
The driver, the cop who's driving him away.
Yeah.
So it's So that's Dewey Crowe. They've got pretty much enough evidence to lock him up forever, you would think.
I thought the word of the week was going to be presto subito.
Presto subito, which I looked up and basically means quick, fast, and in a hurry. It's Italian. It's presto means quickly, and subito means like immediately. And so it's literally like quick, fast now, right? Is what presto subito means. So, and it's Italian, which is weird, and it just goes to show how much of a Renaissance man Boyd is, right? He can convert, he can use Spanish phrasing, or he can use Italian phrasing when he needs to. So, I always wonder who taught Boyd presto subito, because he heard it from somebody else, right? That's how he learned it. He heard it from somebody else. I want to know who it was. But so after all of this happens, and the marshals don't arrest Daryl Crowe, or they take him into custody, but they don't have a whole lot to hold him on.